I killed. I've got a whole recording of you getting killed. Everybody was told to face the wall or they were going to be killed. I looked at you and said face the wall and you ran outside so you got gunned down for avoiding capture. You heard what I said. If you've got an issue, say it to my face. Don't start calling me a retard behind my back. You ran out the building. I pointed my gun at you and you ran straight out the building when being told to... Yes, you then eventually faced it. But the point is... Oh my god. Yes, there was. The two other citizens complied and they were perfectly fine. The only guy who got killed was you. The only person who got killed was you. If everybody else survived, but you didn't, that says something about you. If you really want to go behind my back and call me a retard again, like, what is the need? If you have an issue, you can say so. Why would you go behind someone's back and just start calling them a retard and shit? If you got an issue, why wouldn't you just say that to me? Yes, she was in the building. Yes, she was. One moment. I just stepped through the door. Yeah, that's exactly why you were stood on the counter, isn't it? You know? Stood on the counter with the white shirt and the blue trousers, sat on the shirt. No, and then you proceed to talk shit about me back in the group chat. Mate, really? I'm trying to talk to you reasonably. I'm trying to pull you aside because you just sat in a roleplay group, sat there calling me a retard, so I try and talk to you, and yet you then decide to start being a cunt about me again. You resisted arrest, you were amputated, you know how this works. You get told to face the wall, you face it. You run, you die. Even if you cooperate later, the point is you ran at the beginning. You had the choice to face the wall. Everybody else survived. Listen, right? No. If you resist arrest, I can kill you. Okay, hear me out. No. You've avoided the same point multiple times, so let me make the point again. If everybody else survived and you didn't, why is that? Why did everyone else survive and you didn't? They were perfectly fine. They got searched, they got released. If you were so cooperating, did they? Because the first guy I saw was a Vodagon. We took care of the Vodagon. You mean because I noticed you? Bro, they weren't all on the wall at the same time. First it was a Vodagon, then the two civs came. We searched people one by one. They were compliant, they lived. You ran away, you died. Trying to contain the fact that there was other people than just you. You're not the only guy. I was trying to deal with the fact there's more people than you. Which still doesn't explain the fact that you just decided to start calling me a retard behind my back. face the wall and proceeded to leave the building. There was a wall to the left of you. There was a wall to the right of you. You could have simply just turned around. And that justifies calling me a retard, does it? And then proceed about the fact that you're in a staff set to start using the group chat to laugh about it. All of that's justified because you knew the way I killed you. Right? See it? You justify going behind my back and calling me a retard because instead of actually talking to me like a civilized human being, you go behind my back and start calling me a retard just because you agree with how you would kill. That's reasonable, isn't it? Is that reasonable? That's all I want to know. I'll answer whatever questions you've got, but is that reasonable that just because you disagree with who were killed, you decided to call me a retard and start making a mockery of the fact that you're a staff sergeant? Is that reasonable just because you disagree with how you were killed? Reason for the fact you were told to face the wall. You could have turned around, you could have turned left, could have went to the wall to your right. You chose to exit the building that you were specifically told to face the wall inside of. You refused a directive order, hence you were amputated. Everybody else who complied was perfectly let go. They were searched and released. You were not at the doorway, you were stood on the counter. You were stood on the counter. Well, I don't... To be fair, the point still stands. Why... Huh? Well, I mean, the recording seems to have me pointing my gun at you whilst you're stood on the counter, and whilst I'm also talking. So unless there's some kind of... Yeah, happily I will. After you explain to me why it is, do you think it's justifiable to start calling me a retard just because of how I killed you? Which is still evaded, which is the question you've avoided multiple times. It's not something that I appreciate. Right, just before actually, something just came up. You know what, I've had enough of your shit. You called me a retard and then made a mockery of the set, now you've done that. I don't care if you're gloating in the group chat about how your record's clean. Clearly have no respect and you're a disrespectful little shit. And I'm not going to waste my time talking to you if you're not going to be respectful back in return.
Attention please. Evasion behavior consistent with now compliance.
Respect is a two-way thing. I've been speaking nicely to you. I've listened to you. I've asked you a simplistic question. Why do you think calling me a retard is acceptable? You turn around and decide to be disrespectful to me. Well, guess what? I'm not gonna play this back and forward game. The point stands. You disliked my killing. Disagreed with it. You then decided to be a twat towards me, insult me behind my back, make a mockery of the fact we're in a set, and decided to be an overall cunt. I don't have time to waste with you. You're wasting time, and I don't have time to...